Hi traders, my name is Duncan Cooper and I'm a Senior Market Strategist and Trading Mentor at AUDJPY Securities. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the key trading levels for the week ahead for the pairs the Australian dollar to the Japanese yen, the Australian dollar to the US dollar, the euro to the Japanese yen, the euro to the US dollar, the pound to the Japanese yen, and the pound to the US dollar. So let's get into the first pair. Hi traders, hope you had a great trading week. I'm on the Aussie Yen daily chart, got my monthly, weekly, daily support and resistance levels all drawn in. They're referenced in the description below. I'll just discuss the ones closest to price action. Now the Aussie Yen advanced last week on high inflation figures, but was held at 92.59 weekly resistance, this low over here. So for 3 days we held, reversed down Friday. Are we putting in a short term or longer term top up there for a move down? So we could come down to what is daily support, 91.91 and hold. We may move back up to retest, but if that level holds, I have an expectation that we could move back down the range to monthly support at 90.51. Alright traders, moving on to the Aussie dollar. Now we rushed up last week and tested 71.06 up to 71.37 resistance. That's monthly, weekly resistance. There's your weekly top over here. Are we holding there to form a double top? We're going to see a major reversal at this level. So we did sell off Friday back below 71.06 monthly resistance. So at the start of the week I'm going to be watching, can we break down through support? 70.63's daily support. Can we move down through that level? If we can, we could be heading down to what is monthly support at the moment at 69.67. Do we see a sell-off next week? If 70.63 holds, we could be moving back up for a retest of 71.37. Alright, moving on to Euro Yen. Now the Euro Yen is in a broad range. I discussed this last week. Maybe the range is getting a little bit higher at the bottom, at 138.00. And what I am noticing is it's just putting in discrete lower tops. So we may be moving back down to the downside at the moment. We couldn't get above and hold for too long above 141.68 daily resistance. So this week we could come back up and test that level. But ultimately I'm expecting we may be moving down the range. As I said, we're making discrete lower tops here. Are we going to be moving back down to retest 138.00 daily support? Alright, moving along to the euro dollar. Now, still holding to an uptrend. It is having a difficult time at the 109.00 level. Just ahead of that level, 108.79 is a monthly resistance level from back in time, an old low. And it is struggling up here. It is just holding an uptrend. We may see at least a dip next week. Back down to test weekly support, daily support. 107.87 down to 107.66. Of course, if you move below those levels, we could be dealing with a reversal. So this weekly top area here, from back in June time last year, can that hold as support on a pullback this week? Of course, at the start of the week, we may just get support and start to come up and test the high that we formed here. But you can see that 4 trading days here, we couldn't move above that price point. So 109.27 is very high at the moment for the euro. So can we move above 109.00 with any conviction next week? We do have the interest rate decision from the Eurozone and the US next week, so that will probably be the decider later in the week. Can we clearly move above 109.00? So early week, do we see a sell-off down to 107.87 to 107.66 weekly daily support? Alright, on to the pound yen, another yen pair in consolidation. Just broadly, that's the top of the range. Here's the bottom of the range. So are we holding at the top of the range to move back down? Last week, very consolidatory. So watch 161.53, that daily resistance top just there. We may see another test. Does it hold? Do we move down to test day support 159.50 and move down and through? Back down to test 156.07 monthly support. Is that range going to hold? Of course we could break higher, but last week we didn't want to break higher. So are we forming a top there to move back down the range? Alright, last pair to review for the weekend, pound US dollar. Now at the start of the week we tried to trade a couple of pips above 124.47, weekly resistance, and failed, and then we held below that level all week. So next week, do we have a final test or have we already failed? So we may come back up to test 124.47. If it holds, expect to move down the range. Can we move below 122.93 weekly support? Down to test 122.10 day support next week. So does 124.47 hold as resistance? And do we see a move back down the range? Possibly confirming a weekly double top there. Okay traders, that's my analysis for today. If you want to keep up to date with my analysis, simply subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you next time. Now if you'd like to follow my forex trading analysis throughout the week, why not subscribe to the ACY Securities live interactive trading feed Telegram channel. Simply contact Nathan.bray at acy.com to get access.